Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the last episode we left off right outside of this huge vessel that we're about to head into with the drivers, so we're going to head in there right now and see what kind of dangers await us. I see a monster already. It's time to let you in on a handy battle tactic, how to lure enemies. If you target an enemy from a distance without drawing your weapon, press down, you can lure the enemy towards you. It's useful for taking out a herd of enemies one by one, or for when you prefer to fight an opponent in a wider space. Try luring that enemy over there right now. First press R and then press down to lure it over. Oh, okay, I figured it out. Okay. That was insane to figure out. I could not get it to work for a second. It's like you can't have your weapon out while you do it, which I guess makes sense, but it was a little bit confusing at first. Okay. Well, we got that one down. We picked up some gold. I want to know what you guys' complaints with the game so far. The only thing that I can really think of that I've kind of disliked is that sometimes I get a little bit of a frame rate drop at certain points. Could be mostly because of my recording software, but sometimes I get a little bit of a frame rate drop. And then the voice acting is not very good in my opinion. It could definitely be better. Let's see, can we...
And hit.
Alright. But yeah, it could definitely be better. I think that it's not in sync as much as I would like it to be sometimes. And I'm wondering if it's accommodating for the Japanese voice acting, which I guess is another thing we could talk about is, do you guys prefer to have the American, or like the English voice actors or the Japanese voice actors in your video games? Or at least with JRPGs. I think a lot of people like to have the traditional Japanese voice actors in their games, but let's see if can we get him over here? It doesn't look like we have to. Oh, okay, we're a little bit too far away for us to do that to that guy, but it looks like this path is blocked off over here. Oh, they just appeared. Oh, he fell. Can he just come back to me or no? I hope he's not fighting anybody. It looks like there might be a... Oh, okay, he just appeared. There's a chest right here. But yeah,
Time to take you down.
Stay on your toes.
Okay. Let's just put that down and check for that. I guess I drew my weapon when I clicked A, but we're really far away, so it didn't really matter. Anyways, I prefer to have the English voice actors because I don't always want to read. I mean, when I watch an anime or something, I have no problem with subtitles, but you know, I actually really like to have the English voice actors in there just so I can see. It's a little bit of a frame rate drop sometimes, but you know, that's fine. Oh, and it looks like there's another chest over there. Not sure how to get to it. Oh, I just jumped off, but... Ooh, okay, they don't see us yet. Let's just go ahead and attack them. Bam, okay. It looks like they just come at us one at a time. That other one's not even aggro to us, which is fine with me. But yeah, I like to keep the English voices on a lot of the time, just so I have an easier time being able to look away from the screen. But yeah, I don't think that the voice acting is as good as it really could be. I think it has a few problems being out of sync, and that's not just with the recording software. Even when I look over at the screen sometimes, the mouths don't even look like they're forming the words that are coming out of their mouths sometimes, but that's fine. And an art to finish it off. And they got a level up on Nia. There's a lot of enemies in here. I kind of wish there was a smoother way to enter combat. And also, we're really slow when we get something out. Like when we get our weapons out, we're actually pretty slow. So, I mean, these are very minor complaints. The game, the good aspects of the game so far that I've noticed is that it's quite beautiful. The game has an amazing graphical arts, has an amazing art direction. Kind of like, I'm not going to compare it to the Wind Waker. The only reason I would be comparing it to the Wind Waker is because they both have very timeless graphics. Mostly because if you look at something like the Wind Waker and you compare it to something like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, you could still play the Wind Waker today on the GameCube and it still look really good. But if you played even the remastered version of Twilight Princess, it just doesn't look quite as good in my opinion as Wind Waker does. Okay, this guy's pretty tanky. And we're gonna use our other art right here, but he's got quite a bit of health on him. He's not really taking much damage, is he? Wow. Okay, finally. And we got a new art too. Double-edged spin. That'll probably be mapped to the right side of the screen, or the right button. And we're gonna run over here. I think we're gonna go ahead and go downstairs. Hold number 2. Maybe we should stay upstairs. I don't know. Let's go back upstairs and just fight some of these enemies. Looks like everything's optional. They don't really aggro on you until you draw your weapon. Then you just start hitting them, but I think I really want the XP. I guess it's kind of a good thing, but I'm sure there's going to be points in time in which they all oh, yep, that guy. He just aggroed on me. And we're going to click this down button. Alright. I want some more AoE moves, because I'm kind of tired of the single target thing. I mean, I've looked at some of the gameplay footage from something like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and it seems like there is a lot of AoE moves. Actually, it seems like all of your basic auto attacks are area of effect. And in this game, it seems like everything's way more targeted, which is fine. It's not a big complaint or anything. It's nothing wrong with the game, but it's something that I wish was there. So we're gonna go up here, and there's another treasure trove. What is inside of you? Oh no, the gold fell down. Okay, well, we'll make it down in time to get it, I think. And it looks like I like that they don't automatically aggro on you. That way it gives you a little bit of time to explore, because it looks like they've showered the enemies pretty evenly around here. Oh, I don't think we're actually going to be able to get this. I don't think we can even open this. We can try. No. Okay, let us open this one. But it said there was requirements that we needed to have for the treasure troves that were inside of the Argentum Trade Guild. So I'm assuming that's something we're gonna have to spend our SP points on in order to progress in that sense. Because we could not open those last time. But with those, if you guys, oh, by the way, if we're gonna go ahead and be on that topic, I made an episode 2.1 in which I did some of the side quests that were in Argentum Trade Guild, and because I didn't really want to make it its own, episode because it was just side quest, and I didn't want to try to mix it in with the normal episodes that we have on the channel. Mostly because it seemed like it would be a little bit out of place. Some of those side quests were just silly little like hide and seek where you actually even got map markers that told you where everything was. So, man, we are so slow when we run with our weapons. That is something I do not like. Complaint right there. We're so, I mean, I get it, but we're so slow when we run with that. Okay. Right, but let me know, do you guys like that format, or do you guys actually want to see these side quests be done in the main series episodes? I got the idea from something that I've been watching. If you guys ever watch Keith Ballard, he does a lot of Dark Souls content. I mean, he does tons of games, but he's known more for his Souls games content. And he would make like an episode, you know, 64.1 or something, when he would have a particularly hard time with a boss. It looks like we're gonna have to drop down. Oh, okay, I see where we would even drop down. When he would have like a particularly difficult time with the boss, he would make like an episode 2.1 in which he showed all his attempts. And on his main series channel, he would usually show, let's see if we can jump down here. Yes, we can. He would usually show just the first attempt, or maybe even the second one, and then he would show the last attempt in which he actually defeated the boss. And this was if he had had a particularly difficult time defeating said boss. But I thought it would be a good idea to fit in some side quests, and if they're interesting enough, of course. Oh my goodness. There's that thing just blew. It blew off the door, and everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, whatever." 106 damage right off the bat. Wow, that was pretty hefty, to be honest with you. I'm glad I still have that armor piece on, because along with doing those side quests, I did actually get a lot of pieces of different armors and whatnot, which helped out quite a bit. But I've still decided to just use the muscle strengthener that it was like the muscle band that we had gotten previously that makes our strength plus 20, and then the armor piece we bought for 5,000. It's probably one of our better items. I didn't want to switch it out for anything else, and I'm kind of a damage junkie, you know? Like if I'm playing, if you guys ever check out my Pokemon series, I usually
show 'em a thing or three.
replace defensive moves and things like or status affecting moves for ones that just deal straight damage, which could be to my detriment in this game. Because I'm sure there's probably going to be a lot more to combat than just this, especially when I get a blade, because I know that the supporting character, I think her name is Pyra. Okay, we can actually go down here. I think we're gonna hold off on that just for a second. But oh, okay, so there's a bunch of these guys.
Okay.
It looks like we're gonna have to fight them all too. But I know that we're gonna get a blade, and I know her name is, I think her name is Pyra or something like that. And we're gonna find her at some point. I've just seen it in the trailer, so I know it's gonna be that. But I'm wondering, you know, what kind of mechanics that's going to add. Okay, we're taking these guys down pretty quickly. This seems really easy. I'm not gonna say it's like insanely easy, but I still don't have a full grasp on how the combat, or not the combat, the healing works in this game. Like, do we automatically heal all the way up after a battle? It looks like that's the case. And if that's the case, that seems pretty OP. I mean, I guess it would make sense. It would make things a little bit easier. Oh, and they got another level. Everyone's 5 and 6. That's what I'm talking about. And I guess we'll leave this guy be, and let's check out what's in the treasure trove.
Treasure acquired.
One thing I also don't like about the treasure... Oh. I want to pick up all these because they do fade. I love how no one ever does anything until I do something. Which I guess could also be to our detriment, considering when we opened up that treasure trove, if I didn't draw my weapon, nothing would have actually happened. Alright, that's gonna be it right here. So we're gonna head downstairs now. I don't think there's anywhere else we could go.
I thought I had been grooming adequately.
Nope.
I don't know where to put my face.
Oh, sorry guys, I was just listening to what they were saying, and this is something that I'd heard from other YouTubers, is that the reason that they also are not using the Japanese voice actors for their playthrough is that they can't hear actually the dialogue, because there's no subtitles for dialogue while you're in combat, or where you're just, you know, roaming out in the world. And sometimes that can be when some of the most interesting dialogue takes place. So there's actually no way to know what they're saying when you turn on the Japanese voices, because you can't understand it unless you can speak Japanese. But what else is up here? Let's see. Should we go upstairs and, you know, mess with those things? Ooh, okay. Maybe we should go ahead and observe what's going on right here before we keep progressing. An ether fuel chamber. It would probably work with some fuel, probably. That makes a lot of sense. Nothing gonna bust through that door at that time, so I guess we will progress, and these enemies are a little bit stronger, so we're gonna use that calling method to try to get them to come towards us so we don't have to face them both at the same time. Oh, okay, they're not even running towards us. These enemies are very passive, but... And we have to be in a little bit... And it seems like the proximity is a little bit off sometimes. It feels like I can hit them from like such a great distance at some points, but at other points, if I'm not like right up next to them, my character will just sit there. So I'm gonna have to try and get a feel for, you know... Ooh, that disappeared really fast. I'm gonna have to try and get a feel for what proximity I should be in. See, like, look right here. The distance we are from each other is pretty large, but if you saw in that last battle, we were pretty close to each other, and I had to move up even closer to even get my character to start attacking him. Which, again, like, these are all just little nitpicks. I'm not trying to dog on the game. So far, I'm having a lot of fun. I think this game is very promising so far. I really like how, I've said this in the last episode, how grandiose everything is. I like the graphics and I like the combat. It's something similar to one of my favorite games, which I've mentioned before, is Final Fantasy XII. And I know I do talk about Final Fantasy a lot, but it's one of my favorite franchises. So if you're going to be one of my favorite RPGs, you're going to have to compete with them. Oh, okay. So we did get an ether cylinder. I wonder if we can take that back to that ether fuel station and see if that will suffice for that. But I like that you have an auto attack system and that you can just press buttons when you need to, because I feel like you can think more about your combat when you do something like that. Instead of always having to like either button mash or do things quickly, you can start to really strategize about, okay, I'm going to use this art at this time because I need health, and I'm going to do this, you know? Okay, maybe we need 4 of those? Central control panel. Oh no, that turned on the lights and it's probably going to open that door up as well. But I kind of want to hold off on going in that door right now because it looked like there was an upstairs. So we're going to run upstairs really quickly just to see what's up here, and then we will come back. Treasure trove. Okay, I'm glad we did this. And it looks like we got some gold. We are rolling in the dough right now. We're going to have plenty to send back to Fonset Village after this. But that's one of the amazing things about this style of game, is that its sense of accomplishment is so awesome. It's like it's like the developers always try to... Oh, okay, there's something really big in there.
Not planning on letting us past, huh? Sounds like a challenge.
That is a very cool looking boss. Oh my gosh, that charged me so quickly. Let's get this out. Let's start fighting this guy. Wow, we're gonna need that. Can I use like items mid-battle, or... I'm gonna really need to hurry up and use that art right here so we can actually get... Let me get this. Okay. Now let's get closer. Wow. Just to finish my previous thought, it always seems like they're using different strategies in order to make the players feel really good about the... Oh my gosh, we are so low right now. Okay, see that aura effect glowing around the enemy? That indicates the enemy is in a rage state. Certain enemies have a tendency to become enraged when their HP dips below a certain level. Enemy stats will increase when enraged, so be careful, they might be tougher than you expect. Oh, we need to get back because we are really low. Oh, okay. Let's run and get one of these. And we're gonna also shoot him with this art so we can get some more HP, because we're running really low. Okay, we took him out, but he did some heavy damage like right away.
Jin, check this out. There it is. Adam's crest.
Adam's crest. What does that mean?
You. Open this door.
Me?
This door will only open to one of you people.
One of me? What are you talking about?
Hurry up and do it! We're not paying you to ask dumb questions.
What the hell? You can't treat hired hands like that. Now, how do we open this thing? Oh, hey! So that was a release toggle.
Just as I thought.
Wait. There. Open that door too. Let's move.
What is that thing? It's a girl.
Yes, no mistaking it. That's the Aegis.
The Aegis.
Hey, Brett! Don't even think about touching that!
Huh? But why?
Don't take it personally. It's an act of mercy. At least you won't be alive to see what's coming.
What a waste of time.
Jin! Why did you kill him? Why? What did Rex ever do to you? Jin!
Let's ship out the Aegis. Nia, call the Monoceros.
Okay, what the heck just happened? I was actually had it in my head as we were finishing up that boss fight. Whoops. As we were finishing up that boss fight, are these guys gonna betray us? I mean, they seem kind of like, dicks a little bit, but I thought they were gonna be like the hard-headed, stubborn, kind of quiet guys that are always on your team. But man, I mean, Nia still seems fine, but. And maybe even Dramark, but I don't even... Oh. So, I heard that this did take a little bit of a crazy twist right away. In like the first hour, and man, did that happen. And so, now I'm guessing we're in Elysium? I'm not sure. We're going to leave that for next episode. That was crazy. So, wow. Okay, I'm still a little bit taken aback, but we're going to quickly find out what has happened to us in the next episode. If you guys liked the video, please leave it a like, and tell me what you thought about it and your reaction to what just happened in the comment section down below. And if you guys want to see more of this or any other series I'm doing, please subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video pretty quickly. Bye-bye.